And welcome to my YouTube channel of Hireable Coder, and in this video I'm going to discuss how we can create customized loggers. Now before we go there, let us first try to understand what is the necessity of customized loggers, because we can normally log any statements using console.log in JavaScript or System.out.println in Java. So why do we need custom loggers? The reason is the default output from console.log or System.out.println is quite restricted, because for example we also need to output the thread or maybe the timestamp or maybe many other info, and maybe we want to redirect the statements, the log statements, to some specific log files, and maybe we want to create different levels of log, and we want to rotate the log files. So all these are actual requirements of a real life application which runs in production and serves end user request. And in order to actually satisfy this real life request, we need some custom loggers which come as external libraries, which are really efficient and which have a lot of functionalities. And in this video I'm going to show you how we can actually use those kind of custom loggers in both JavaScript and Java to do better logging. And also here is my blog post. So maybe my suggestion would be you can go to my blog post, quickly go through my blog, and then come back to this video for a quick demo session. But whatever suits you better, please do that. So first we will go through the JavaScript solution because it is lightweight. So on the left hand side you can see the JavaScript solution. In JavaScript there is a library, in fact there are many other libraries as well, but Winston is one of the most widely used library in JavaScript, or rather on the JavaScript side, for doing this kind of custom logging. So if you look at this code, what we have done is we have created an instance of the logger using the Winston library, and we have done some coloring and some formatting of the log. So we will see the demo of how that looks, and we are logging only to the console here. You can see the transport, but that can also be changed, like the logging can be done, the transport can be changed to go to some specific files which we will actually do in production. So this Winston library can be installed using npm install Winston, and the program can be run using the command node, and then whatever file name you give to this file, maybe logging demo.js, then the command to run this file would be node logging demo.js. So that's how the JavaScript solution looks like. Let's now see the Java solution, which will use Maven. So if you have not really used Maven, then I would request you to see my video on how to use external libraries in JavaScript, which uses Maven, and I will also give you a link of that video. Okay, so this is the code in Java, how you can actually use logging. So you can see that same code which I'm using to print my PDF file. So I'm instantiating a logger here. So I'm using a library, again an external library. The name of the external library is log4j. I am actually first creating the logger and then writing a statement logger.info here, and then also again writing a statement logger.info here. So this is the Java code, and in Java the configuration is kept in a different XML file from the code. So just like we had the Winston configuration in JavaScript, but that was in the code, in Java we have the configuration kept separate in an XML file, and here is the configuration. You can see that the logging will go to console, and the logging is at the level info, and this is the pattern of logging. Now what is meant by info is something which I will show you during the demo. So this is the JavaScript configuration and the code, the Java configuration and the code for logging. Okay, so this is the JavaScript code, and as you can see that we are using Winston to create the logger, and a quick explanation on the logging levels. And the logging levels is the same in JavaScript or in Java or even in other languages as well. By logging level, what we mean is if we are logging at level 1, then anything which is 1 or above will be logged. So there are different logging levels which starts with maybe debug and then info and then then warning and then error and then maybe fatal. So if you set the logging level to 1, anything which is 1 or above will be logged. So let us run this command to actually, let us run this code to actually see what happens. So since it's JavaScript, I can actually run this code directly using node and then logging demo.js, and what I see is only 1 and error are printed and the info has not been printed, and the reason is info is at a lesser level than 1. So if I put error here, then you will see, and so only the error level is printed because even 1 is also lesser than info level. But if I put info here, then you will see everything will be printed. Yeah. So that is the concept of the level. Here I am actually redirecting the output to console, but we can also do it to file, and this is the pattern. So that is why you see this is the pattern of dates which have been provided, and also the coloring has been provided. So that's how we are doing the logging using Winston in JavaScript. Let's go to the Java program and see how the logging is done. So here is the Java program. We will first need to set maven. We'll first need to set maven. And then we'll first we will first compile the program, and then we will run mvn compile. Will compile the program, and we will execute this command to run the program. We will run this app.java, which has the loggers. So we will see that this information will be printed out. So you can see that these two lines are printed with all the details of formatting. So document about to be created is this one, and document creation complete is this one, and all have been printed to the console because I have configured the log to go to console, and it is at info level, so that is why both the info statements were printed. Now let me do one thing. Let me change the logging level from info to error, and let me rerun the program and see what happens. So now I have changed the info level to error level, and now I will rerun the program and see if the logging still happens. So there is no logging because error is at a higher level than info, and since we have set the logging level at error, anything which is below error will not be printed, and that's the reason that the info has not been printed. So this is how we do logging in production in any language, and normally instead of console we redirect the log to any file. So thank you for your patient listening. I hope the session was useful. I would say that this is a really important session because handling logging properly in production in a real world project is very important. And also please refer to my blog post from where you can copy the code, and please try out the logging options in both Java and JavaScript and tweak the levels to see if that works, and then you will gain more confidence. And last but not the least, if you like the description and my explanation, kindly subscribe to my channel and like my video because that would motivate me. Thank you very much.